How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, today was supposed to be the start of a rebirth of a brand new Universe Mode video, but unfortunately, we need more time. Busy week, lots of things going on, personal life, work schedule, and just not having enough time to really focus on creating Universe Mode content. I'll be honest, there are some days and some times that I could have worked on it, but I was really still mulling over decisions, how I want match to go, and to be also honest, I was also BSing around playing other games. So I didn't really get the opportunity to really map out the video and the matches like I wanted to. So therefore, we're going to hold off Saturday Night Main Event until next Saturday. With that being said, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the old Universe Mode is done. We're going to start a new one. A lot of factors went into this. One major factor is if you're someone that watches Universe Mode, if you're watching this Universe Mode, there's a video right now, you've probably seen, if you watch this video right now and you watch Universe Mode, then I'm sure you've seen Noah and his Universe Mode. And he actually is doing a rebirth, a brand new Universe Mode. And I thought if somebody that's been 3 years, I think even 4 years into the Universe Mode that he created, and if he can go, you know what, I just got to put that to the side and do a new one, then for someone that's been up and down, more down than up with my channel, my Universe Mode series, then there's no reason for me to really hold on to something that is flat out just lost steam when it comes to views, engagements, and be honest, even myself not really wanting to lock in for that Universe Mode anymore. So that's one of the other factors. The other factors, the biggest factor, like I was just alluding to, my inconsistencies. Obviously, for some of you that know about my medical situation that had happened, that took a toll on me mentally, took a toll on me wanting to create YouTube content, Universe Mode content. That was a thing. Then my work schedule, my new work schedule, and just adjusting to my new life and how I'm going to do things. Not that anything is major changes, but I went from not having no job to a part-time job to a full-on job to a full-time job that also gives me opportunities to do overtime multiple times a week, on top of, once again, coaching 2 to 3 sports at the same time, multiple times during the week, and plus having tournaments. So it was really hard to juggle all of that and come home and want to do YouTube videos and create Universe Mode content for like 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours and a half before it's time to go to sleep and rinse and repeat all that. It was really hard to stay locked in, to stay focused, even though I'll be at work really motivated. By the time I get home from my day, the motivation just comes right on out, and I don't have that same motivation and that I did earlier in the day, thinking about to do this and do that. Also, the other one too, the landscape of WWE has changed. It has changed in a drastic, unfortunate way. Not a way that I agree not the way that I agree with the changes they have, like releasing certain superstars like Kyrie saying, the Wyatt family, the Wyatt Six, and that whole ordeal. Aleister Black, the New Day taking a leave of absence they just asked to release just for feeling disrespected when it comes to contract negotiation, and much, much more. So you have that on top of what I was trying to accomplish and being so far from where we are in modern WWE to where my Universe Mode was. And it was hard to come home again after a long work day, even if I do have motivations, but my storylines and what I want to, not that I have to follow the same path and be on the same, year cycle or even the same PLEs as WWE, but I kind of want to be in the ballpark of where WWE is at in the modern style wrestling as opposed to what I had. And what I mean by that is, if you've been paying attention, we still had no world title. We still had the old WWE SmackDown and Raw Women's Championships. We had the old SmackDown and Raw Tag Team Championships. Everything was just outdated. Now, I did have plans to update everything, but after sitting back and looking back at how I wanted to get from where I started to now in relation to where the WWE is at, I am like 3 years behind. What I mean by that is, I started these storylines when 2022 came back. And now we're in WWE 2K26. And I started these storylines in 2K22 or 2K23. We're talking 3 to 4 years later, and we're still sitting in that same era. And it was just really frustrating me. Not that I didn't have people that still tuned in and watched my day ones that still wanted to see where things gone. But, well, like I said, the landscape of WWE is changing vastly. The characters and ideas for certain superstars that I have for them, those guys aren't even in the WWE no more. Not that, like I said, I have to keep, just because they're on WWE doesn't mean I can't use them, but I would like to try and not use too many creative wrestlers unless it's a storyline that's ongoing. I want to get to the final part of this, like the end of the storyline. Maybe someone got released and I used them in a major storyline. Then I would get download a creative character, or another storyline, which I'll bring up to you guys in a second. It's from a different company, and obviously WWE only has WWE characters, so then I would go on community creations to download that. Outside of that, it's just kind of hard to do all that. It frustrated me, it overwhelmed me, and I was just in a point where I was like, look, this character I was going to use the storyline is gone, so is this one. This one's on its way out. It was just like, ugh, I felt so behind. So I said, you know what? With all these, and on top of that, the inconsistencies, that's why I am not where I wanted to be when it comes to the storytelling of the storylines I had before. I said, let's just throw this in the way. Let's move on. Let's just come up with a new, modern, start all over in a modern setting. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean it's going to be modern to the extent like right now. I don't know if you've been paying attention to YouTube, you know I took down those posts. You saw right now Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes are my champions. Seth Rollins, the World Heavyweight Champion. Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE Champion. Obviously, that's not how it's going right now. Obviously, Cody Rhodes still the WWE Undisputed Champion in real life. Seth hasn't been champion for quite some time. But there's a reason why I'm starting in that point, because the storylines that I'm starting with is going to branch off from there. So using these guys as placeholders or even long-term storytellers, this is the champions I'm going with. Same with the others. So it's just a really good starting point for me, in my opinion. Now, like I said, it won't be fully modern. There's going to be guys like Obafemi, Trick Williams, some others that are on the main rosters right now that will still be on NXT to start off my universe mode, and might even stay on NXT for the duration of the first season or the beginning of universe mode till WrestleMania, whatever you want to call it, however long I put this together, because I just want that NXT roster like that. And I'll be adding some other characters that are on the main rosters to NXT, kind of, again, starting my own way of creating storylines and storytelling and getting to matchups, dream matches, and certain stuff like that. So this has all been going through my mind, and this is why we're starting all over. Other thing I want to get to is we can talk about a little bit the storylines that I was initially going to do, or what the big plan was. So obviously you guys saw, if you've been paying attention to my channel, CM Punk, I did a story of CM Punk. And it was basically CM Punk's journey from AEW to WWE. It was going to lead to him becoming world champion and all that stuff like he is in WWE currently. But I was going to have that. And I was also going to make it where it would lead to AEW chasing their AEW championship all the way into WWE and having a AEW versus WWE brand versus brand feud, or company versus company feud. And it was going to be epic. Wasn't my original idea. Got these ideas from other creators such as Merce YT, The Go, in my opinion, someone that I've been watching, following his content for years, from when he used to do Universe Mode all the way till now as he does his single storytelling videos. Got that from him, and I always just had that idea, as well as there are some wrestlers that I like in AEW that used to be WWE, like Samoa Joe, Edge, Christian, the list goes on, where I wish they still were in WWE to this day. Then I thought we could have a little fun clash. But like I said earlier, with all this time lapsing and this on and off, it just I couldn't get into the flow, nor could you really get in the flow. When you watch something, you get excited, and a video pertaining to that first video that you're excited for, the second part or the next phase doesn't come out for like a month or later, or even never comes out in certain cases. And then it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's like me when I watch Netflix shows. I like to binge watch shows because if I have to wait too long, I just forget about the show, then I don't care about it. Same, like case in point, Stranger Things. Was a huge Stranger Things fans when it first came out. After it took years after years to make the next season, I just got fed up and moved on. So I knew I was doing that to a lot of you with my content, and it was as bad. But I had was the plan for CM Punk having an AEW thing where he would be champion, and like I said, we had big plans for that. Some of those plans still will phase into the new universe mode, not the AEW part. That's moving on. The only reason I went to the AEW part then is because last year's game, you had the NXT Mutiny, and it was like that brand warfare. And I was trying to find, there's a tool where you can I don't know what it's called. I know one of my good buddies had it, and he used it once for something I did before on Universe Mode, where basically you can take any cutscenes from for the story mode and switch them out with different characters. I obviously don't have that tool, but I found a way to get a hold of that. And I was going to put all that mutiny and brand warfare and all that drama. I was going to put the AEW characters in there, so it really made that storyline come to life. But now again, we're a year away removed from that game into this game cycle, kind of almost halfway done with this year's game cycle. I just wanted to just cancel that. Moving on, CM Punk will have a role in the universe mode. You will see that role very, very soon. But right now, we'll get to that later. Also, I had big plans for Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes. Big plans for Cody Rhodes. As we saw, if you paid attention to my last universe mode that just ended, he got hit in the back of the neck with an NXT title, costing the championship against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. There was going to be a lot of back and forth between the Bloodline, that mystery opponent, that mystery attacker, leading into SummerSlam, where Cody Rhodes will overcome all the odds with the help of Randy Orton, others. I think I was going to probably throw Stone Cold, John Cena. I was going to really have fun with that one. Bloodline rules, and we're going to get after it. And then Cody Rhodes would win the championship at SummerSlam, and it was going to be a great moment for him, emotional moment, and then boom, the mystery attacker would come out and attack again, and it would be revealed that it was going to be Karrion Kross, obviously no longer in WWE, and I was going to have that be a major feud with Karrion Kross, and there was going to be even bigger storylines in bleeding into that storyline, but I won't get into that because I'm probably going to do half of what I was going to do then onto this new universe mode. So I don't want to give away anything. You might be able to put it together later on yourself, but I don't want to give anything away just yet. There's a major storyline that I want to get into that we'll never see in real life for obvious reasons that I was going to put into works on this last universe mode that we are going to get into this one. But that was a mystery opponent, and then, we didn't get to it. Karrion Kross ended up got released coming in this game. He's no longer in the game. I could have used and thought about using a Karrion Kross, community creation character, but I was like, nah, I don't really want to. Now I was gonna switch him out with Aleister Black. That he's released, even though he's still in the game, but there's no plans for him because he's released for next year. So I was just like, man, the landscape of WWE is really messing up what I want to do, but I can't blame them because if I'd have done what I was supposed to do a long time ago, we'd have been through all that, and moving on to the phases where I didn't need Karrion Kross anymore, or Aleister Black, or such, and so on and so forth. So those were some of the big rivalry storylines that was going to really cap off and take our universe mode through to Royal Rumble, maybe even WrestleMania, really deep into the year. But we're not going to do that anymore. We'll probably do some of that, like I said, adjust it slightly to my major feuds I want to get to with Cody, some other wrestlers, and other things like that. Like I said, I'm not trying to give away too many things if people even watch this video, but yeah, so it just all that culminated into like a big frustration ball. So we're going to end that universe. We'll start fresh. Some of the storylines that I was building in the last universe will be coming ahead early on in this universe mode. There's another major storyline of a group I want to build as like a evolution style of run. I'm not going to tell you who's involved or what that is, but just a group, a faction that will be formed and will kind of dominate their brand, their divisions for quite some time before maybe eventually getting dethroned either internally or by another faction. But I was going to bring that into effect last universe mode. Didn't get there, but I'm going to bring that ahead very quickly, and you might be able to tell from the first video who that faction will be in this major storyline that I'm having. But that's enough. I've been rambling probably 15, 20 more minutes longer than I want to, but I just wanted to get out in front and explain why we are ending the last universe mode, starting a fresh universe mode. Hopefully this week I'll be able to record some videos and get some content out there. I'll be posting match cards up periodically here on the YouTube channel, community post, like I did twice earlier this week before changing everything, so you get to see what you can expect at Saturday Night Main Event and moving forward. So with that being said, please hit that like and subscribe button. Tune in for more universe mode. If you like this video, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think you're going to see in this universe mode. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.